No Lili, no Archie. Prince Harry and his clout-chasing wife, Meghan Markle, are being rocked by a shocking surrogacy scandal, said sources, who added, the diva's very own dad is casting doubt on the birth of the couple's son, Archie. We know Thomas Markle Sr., he never, Meghan's father, saw Archie. Now, Buckingham Palace is being pressured to remove Archie 5 and Princess Lili 3 from the UK's royal line of succession until the Duchess of Sussex 43 provides absolute proof that she popped out both babies herself. ReaderOnline.com can reveal. A high-level palace courtier claimed, quote, this scandal comes as no surprise. Speculation about the children has been simmering for years. The kids are 6th and 7th in line to the throne, but have been under cloak and dagger, secrecy, since they were born. There are so many questions swirling around them. This crisis won't die down until the irrefutable truth comes out. Coming from, again, Radar Online. Royal author Lady C. Campbell recently challenged the conspiracy of silence and misinformation surrounding both thoughts. Campbell said, I think, quote, the whole thing stinks to high heaven. Meghan has created a situation that has caused people to believe the children were born by surrogacy. Quote, clear it up once and for all. There should be no mystery as to who is legitimately in line of succession, end quote. California native Meghan's estranged half-sister and father Samantha Markle, 60, and Thomas Markle Sr., 80, appear to be adding fuel to the fire. Samantha recently gripped to journalist Dan Wotton, quote, if they used a surrogate, admit it. Okay, she griped to Dan Wotton. She revealed, quote, my father said 9 months before Archie was allegedly born that Meghan picked up her frozen eggs. I thought, quote, that makes sense. There would be a surrogate involved. But why the secrecy? Instead of lying to the world, just say we are using a surrogate. But that would mean the child would be removed from the line of succession, because as the heir has to be born from a titled royal mother. Critics said confusion and lies clouded the arrival of Archie, whose official date of birth is May 6, 2019. The baby boy made his debut at Portland Hospital, London, 20 miles from the couple's then residence, Frogmore Cottage, where Meghan had been expected to have a home birth. Everything about them is so mysterious. I will be playing this video, a little bit of it, from Lady C when she appeared to Dan Wooden's show. But before I do that, just to remind you, most of my viewers are not subscribed. If you happen to be one of them, consider subscribing. Take a listen.
1936, every royal birth had to be witnessed by the Home Secretary. Since then, every birth has supposed to be witnessed validly by reputable practitioners. This and not only are those reputable practitioners the witnesses to the birth, they then sign off on the birth. It's happened with every royal baby, including Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie's babies. It's not happened with either Archie or Lily, and it needs to happen. They need to prove that those children are entitled to be in the line of succession. Meghan and Harry are not entitled to privacy in this matter, and their privacy is trumped by our right to know that no bastard is going to sit on the throne of this country. And the bastard term, by the way, is a legal term.
Okay, so one thing I just want to point out here. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, they, from the very beginning, cut off ties with Thomas Markle Sr. They cut off ties with so many other people, whoever would go against them. Harry freaked out against his brother, Prince William. He had problem with his sister-in-law. Then Samantha Markle came out and sued Meghan Markle because Meghan Markle left her with no other choice. If you put all of these things together, you see that what is happening behind closed doors between Meghan and Harry, nobody knows. Nobody has absolute any idea. What I'm trying to get to you at is this. The relationship cut off. The decision to fly to California, to the States, first trying to go to Canada, even before that trying to plan to go to New Zealand. It screams to us, all of this things that they have done, they're screaming to us and telling us something is horribly wrong with these duplicitous duos, their kids. They planned it in such a way where they would be able to have complete control over the narrative about the children. And nobody else would know. Of course, you can argue Doria is there, but she doesn't really count. She doesn't have a job. She doesn't have anything better to do. If Meghan and Harry, they are keeping her as a nanny for the surrogate invisible children and pay her some monthly salary, she'll be more than happy to do the job for them. In fact, what is even more interesting is this. Just a few months ago, there was a report that suggested that Doria Ragland actually left her original home, and moved to Meghan and Harry's Montecito mansion or property. Why would somebody leave their original home and drive all the way to live in a completely different place? Is it only just for the sake of the babies? I think it is more than that. She wanted to keep everything covered up. She wanted to keep the babies, if they exist, obviously they are surrogate, to her watchful eyes so that they do not talk to strangers who might ask them about their parent and might find some indication that something is horribly wrong. Doria was a way, a conduit through which Meghan and Harry, they could peddle their lies, they could peddle this conspiracy that somehow they have children, which is absolutely 100% suspicious.
So I'm using the term in the true legal meaning of it. And it's as simple as that. They need to clear up, and it's very simple. If those children were not born of surrogates, they can make an announcement and the whole issue is put to bed once and for all. And if they fail to make that announcement, it means that something has happened that should not have happened, and they need to clear it up sooner rather than later. And if they don't, they are derelict in their duty. They being Harry and Meghan. They are derelict to their family. They are derelict to the nations of which those children are in the line of succession. And they are derelict to those children themselves, because Harry complains about the fact that his paternity has been questioned. But Harry is perfectly happy for his children's maternity to be questioned. This is outrageous, irresponsible conduct. And I can only think that the only reason why they are allowed to get away with it is that people know or consider them to be drug-addled and therefore not responsible for their actions. But the fact of the matter is the royal family is responsible to us, the British people, and the people of all the other realms of which the king is head of state and of which those children are in the line of succession to. It's as simple as that.
Well, I think that after hearing from Lady C, after hearing from Samantha Markle, after hearing from her own father, Thomas Markle Sr., Meghan Markle should come out and make a statement about the children and claim strongly, boldly, and refuting all the talks on social media and also in real life, in mainstream media now, that these children, they belong to her and she should be providing proof. She doesn't do none of those things. What you hear from her is cricket. No response. These allegations, guys, these are very, very serious. Your own father is raising question about your children. She freaked out because Thomas Markle Sr., he gave private information to the paparazzi. That was the main reason why Meghan cut him off. I think raising question about those children by your own father, whether they exist or not, or whether they're real or surrogate or not, is 10 times much worse. It is much, much worse than selling your information. I mean, this is what Meghan said, quote unquote, he sold my information, he sold me. This is what he said about your children is much worse, 10 times much worse than what he did in the past, if he did. We do not know, because we cannot believe Meghan Markle at all. And yet we see Meghan Markle is not saying a single thing. What about Harry? What about Scooby-Doo and Christopher Bosie? What about anybody, any other mouthpiece Meghan and Harry use to peddle their lies? None of them came out and claimed boldly. I'm using the word strongly and boldly for a purpose. Because just saying that, oh, they have children, they went for a vacation is not enough. They need to show us proof and be emphatic about this, that no, they do exist. What you guys are talking about, shame on you. I would be outraged, quite honestly. I will be absolutely outraged if somebody asks me, is this your real kid or are they surrogate? I'll be outraged. I'll slap him. I'll punch him. But for Harry, no. It's okay. No matter. It doesn't bother me. In fact, he made fun of this kind of claim on live TV a few days ago. He made fun of this. Really, you make fun of these things? These are sensitive. Either you have no shame at all or you're hiding something. You are a liar. And we believe you are a liar. Of course, you don't have any shame too, but you are a liar. So what Lady C is saying here is spot on, but I mean, we should not have any doubt in our mind, guys. After hearing what Radar Online said and published, and yet we do not see or hear anything from Meghan Markle regarding this, no response, we are now 100% convinced more than ever before that these children are surrogate and they're invisible, of course, and that Meghan and Harry tried to scam the entire monarchy, and they wanted to make it the biggest in history.